All right, so I'm going to show you right now, I'm going to tell you exactly how to make 10 versions of yourself. Now you're going to be like, what do you mean by 10 versions? So like, I don't mean like 10 different Jaimes. I mean how to multiply yourself 10 times is what I mean, right? Now imagine you can live your life every single day and there are literally 10 of you working at the exact same time. If you had to really think about it, like what would you be able to create in your day-to-day life? And then what would you be able to do after a week, after a month, after 6 months, after a year, after 10 years? Think about that. Now imagine if you had 100 of you, imagine you had 1,000 of you, right? Just think about that idea of that. Like what could you possibly create? One of the biggest levers that I learned and I figured out was leverage. Leverage absolutely changed my life. It was one of the hardest things that I ever had to learn because I understood it like conceptually. If you just, A plus B equals C, like pretty straightforward, makes sense. Like it just makes sense. It made automatic sense to me and it might make automatic sense to you. But it took me so long, absolutely so much time to actually implement it. And here's the crazy part. The good thing is that there's 3 different types of leverage, right? And so in these 3 types of leverage, each of them is just as powerful as another. And even if you aren't using all 3, even using just one will absolutely change your life, right? And any way that you can look at it and any way that you can think about it, it will absolutely change your life. Now, what are these 3 types of leverage? There are an infinite amount of ways to leverage, but there's really 3 specific categories, right? And the most common category that we all know of is capital, right? Capital is one of the number 1 leverages that we can use out there where we can borrow debt, use somebody's money or your own money, and then basically multiply it, right? Put that money in the stock market, put it in real estate, put it in crypto, start a business, pay somebody to do something for you so that you don't have to do it, right? You're going to hire maybe somebody to come cook at your house or clean your house, different things like that. That is all leverage. All of those different versions of what you can do with your money, whether it's to invest it or spend it, it's all forms of leverage. You're spending this money or investing it so that either A, you multiply your money, or B, you're saving time, right? And by saving time, you can now go out and do something different. That is one of the most common ways of using leverage and one of the oldest in the book. Now, the second most common way of leverage, it's also one of the oldest ones out there. And it's these 2, capital and the second one are 2 of the oldest ones. And that's leveraging people. When I say leverage people, I don't mean use people. I don't mean take advantage of people. I'm not referring to any of that because that's not what I'm saying and that is not ethical and that's just not what I'm referring to. How can you leverage people to maximize what you are doing today to create a bigger impact or create a faster result in what you're trying to create? There's a ton of different variations of leveraging people. And when you leverage people, they are also benefiting from you. I want you to keep this in mind. This is what I say, like it's not taking advantage of people or manipulating them because they are also winning out of this, right? If I hire an employee and I'm going to pay them $25 an hour, right? Then maybe they'll make $4 or $5 a month. I'm not sure what that comes out to. Yeah, I'm losing $4,000 or $5,000 a month. They are making $4,000 or $5,000 a month. They now have an income that they can make to support their family or support their dreams or whatever they want to do. And I get an extra 40 hours of my time back, right? If I was starting my own business and now I get to a point where I'm making $10,000 a month, I'm like, you know what? How can I grow this faster? Like, let me hire somebody. I'll pay them $5,000. I give them all the tasks I don't want to do. Check my emails, do this, do that, respond to people, hire people, set up these softwares, cancel these like all these like just random secretary type admin type work, right? You just don't want to deal with it. Now I can worry about the big stuff. What's the big juicy stuff that I can put my time on? That is a form of leverage, right? Now imagine you could do that with 10 people. And if you could afford 50 grand a month, 70 grand a month to pay 10 people, oh man, you guys have no idea like what you create. Like I've been at that point before and it is astronomical how much more money you can make when you're leveraging people. What I will say though is that nowadays there is so much, the technology is so advanced, especially with AI, that maybe you don't need 10 people and maybe you don't need to spend that amount of money because it's a lot easier. Like there's companies out there that are now, becoming, unicorn $1 billion companies with like 5 or 10 people. It's freaking ridiculous. It's crazy. But there's still a lot of different businesses, a lot of different things that you can do where you can leverage people, right? You can leverage people also when it comes to hiring a coach, right? You're going to pay them and they're going to teach you how to do something. And so now you're leveraging their time. They're going to teach you how to get from point A to point B significantly faster. Vice versa, they're winning from it because you're paying them. Those are also forms of leverage. Now imagine hiring 20 different coaches for 20 different things and how much faster you'll be able to get there, right? Versus like, hey, I'm going to go out and learn everything, right? That's also a form of leverage. And the third form of leverage that is one of the newest forms of leverage, but it's actually been around now for the last 20 years is code. By code, we mean software and we mean social media, right? Imagine if you can create some type of software or create content through social media, whether it was YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or anything like that. All this stuff that you're creating will be out there pretty much forever, right? Unless you take it down, especially when it comes to social media. These are all videos and minutes and seconds that are going to be tracked by all these different platforms that people are going to look at probably for the rest of your life, as long as they stay there, you know, and you never take them down. And some of these platforms will continuously keep paying you money over time, especially like YouTube and TikTok. If you have 50, 100,000 subscribers on each of these platforms and you're getting millions of views, like you can be making $5,000, $10,000 a month just to the views. Now imagine how much more you'd be able to make if you actually create a different type of digital product, right? So it's digital products, it's social media, it's software, like it's all within that realm. Imagine you create some type of course, some type of service, or more specifically a course, right? Maybe a course, a PDF, something for $30, like something simple, but you sell thousands of them. You sell thousands of them. That is, you have now leveraged your time to be able to make thousands of dollars without having to really do the same work over and over and over and over again. Just like if it was actually a service-based business, then you would have to continuously keep putting, you know, time into it, or then hire employees and they would have to put time into it so that you can still leverage it. But with software, with PDFs that you can sell, with digital products, there are so many people out there making thousands of dollars. And when I say thousands of dollars, I'm talking about like on a weekly, daily basis, right? I'm talking about in a month. It is absolutely diabolical, like how easy you can make money nowadays. And so now imagine you do all three of them. Your life will absolutely change. And I guarantee you, I guarantee you, if you go all in for an entire year and you start thinking about leverage within all three of those aspects on a daily basis, you will not be in the same place a year from now than you were today. Do you guys want to know who is the best person at leveraging in the entire world? In the entire world, in my opinion, this is my opinion, because I'm sure there might be other people maybe that are better, or maybe just like right there. It's Elon Musk. Think about that. This guy is worth $800 billion, that's a whole other conversation. That's freaking crazy. But he is literally leveraging all three of those at an exponential rate. Exponential. He has thousands of employees. He's got into billions of dollars worth of debt. He's raised billions of dollars. He has created so much software through AI, through different types of technology and robotics, with solar, Neuralink, like all these different things. It is, I can't even get into it because it even blows my mind. Right? This guy's like on a completely different planet. Like, I don't know what he's on. He is leveraging all three of those at an exponential rate. Now imagine if you could even do that at 1% of what he does. Think about that. Even just at 1%, like you'd be like 1%, like how much could 1% possibly be? Well, 1% of 800 billion happens to be $8 billion, right? I'm not telling you they're going to go out and make $8 billion, but just think about that. Why wouldn't you be able to do 0.1%? That's still 800 million. I'm not telling you guys at all that you will be making this money, but what I am telling you is that you learn how to leverage, you will literally get anything you want. Anything. Like you will literally have whatever you want. There is no reason why you would fail. And I have seen that time and time again in my life when I have truly leveraged any of these three things, my income has just exponentially gone to crazy heights in the past. And so right now, that is exactly what I'm trying to do again. I have been spending an absurd amount of money for the last 12 months and longer actually. And I have a team that I'm paying a ton of money to, that if it all goes well, I will literally make my money back 10x. Easily make it 10x just in this one offer. Where could you be leveraging right now? Where could you possibly be leveraging? And if you haven't been doing it, like why not, right? And if you feel like there's no need to it, that's great. More power to you. Like if you feel like you got to do everything, you want to do everything yourself, you're not really trying to accomplish anything beyond you, and you're just trying to be in service here right now, then that's great. Even if you are just trying to be in service, like you can still utilize leverage for that. Leverage is not a bad thing. Leverage is not taking advantage of people. Leverage is not just to make money. You can literally use leverage for any part of your life. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, think about which of these three types of leverage you can implement in your day-to-day today, because I guarantee you it will absolutely change your life. I will catch you guys in the next video. I am exhausted. It's 8 p.m. and I am going to bed. See you later.